Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your new Jayflight SLX Sports Edition 170 VH travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it and show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple of things to think about when you're parking. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for your awning. On your off campsite, I just want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Power is going to be just above your tires, and water for campsites is going to be toward the rear of the unit. So park accordingly so you utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing you do is level our unit. Then it comes with a hand crank. Crank all the way to the left to bring her down, to the right to bring it up. Get it level. Once you're level, next thing you do is stabilize it. Now this shorter unit only has rear stabilizing jacks on it. Got a 3/4 inch hand crank, or you can use a drill gun, but a little overkill with the drill gun with these ones. I do recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris, keep them from sinking into the ground. Hot blacktop. Put them down and then run these down just until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level. Once it feels like it's going to lift the unit, go ahead and stop. Our unit's already level. We just want to stabilize it. Get them down on both sides, level and stable. We can hook up our power and water. If you do want to put in tire shocks, put them in. Hook up our power. Now as you see, you got a big long 30 amp cord. Plugs in here on the side, kind of like a pistol grip here. So it'll go in at about pointing toward 10 o'clock. It'll turn to noon, and then put your washer on there to lock that in there. Now, should you need in your convenience pack, will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer. Plug into a 110. This power hooked up. Hook up the water. At campsites, we hook up through city water connection. Grab yourself a water pressure regulator. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Make sure that your pressure release valve here is closed. Go ahead and turn that hose on. And after that hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside, and I need you to open up all your sinks and showers, get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water going through them, shut them off, and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping. In that case, we'll fill up our potable water, our freshwater tank up here in the front. No need for a water pressure regulator here. You can just gravity fill this with a hose. Two ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or two, on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Once that's full, remove that hose. Then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when you hooked up to city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we're all set to camp with power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit, continuing here on the off camp side. There's a vent for our AC unit. Again, our potable water, which means freshwater drain. Again, our power here, city water connection. There's where you plug in cable at the campsites. Your hot water heater, turn that on here and indoors once that's full of water. There's your black and gray tanks. We'll talk about those when leaving the campsite. Closing unit up. There's your water pressure regulator. There's the spot to hook a ladder on. Highly recommend going up there about every 60 days. Check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. Come around to our campsite. There's our main low point drain. Fuel for your furnace, few things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. And three, we sell bug guards for those. Good investment, really. A couple of 110s out here in case you want to cook something outdoors. Got a big pass-through storage area. It's accessible from under your bed indoors. There's where you can plug in a solar panel that'll trickle charge your batteries. Speaking of your batteries, check your battery post every now and then, make sure nothing's wiggled loose. There's a regulator for your propane lefty-loosey to open on those. Covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. All right, coming up beside the unit, first thing I always like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and anyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry door in case of an emergency. Coming up beside the unit, up to the left here, it's gonna be your awning control. One thing I want to tell you on your awning is you only want to run that out until that flap falls down. You can see that bar. If I hold that out, it will flip up onto itself, start running itself up backwards onto itself. And you don't want to do that. So keep an eye on it when you run out. Don't run it out further than that. As it's coming in, down here is your interior lights and what would be a switch for your awning lights, but this unit does not have an awning light. Continue to come in. Over here is where you check the levels of your gray, black, and fresh water. That freshwater button's one I said to hold down when you're filling up your fresh water. And with that in, we'll close the door. Again, check the level of your battery, fresh, black, and gray tanks. Down here's where you turn on the water pump to get to that fresh water. Got a 110 here. Sink, the only thing I want to mention on your plumbing is keep an eye on it. It's almost all PEX nowadays, stays together pretty good. But if you travel a lot in this, you're bouncing this up and down the road a lot, check everything, make sure nothing wiggles loose over time. You have a hand light, stick lighter, gas cooker here. Got a self-explanatory microwave here. Fridge. Controls for that are in there. That's a return for your furnace, which is right here. Crank that up. What you'll notice when I shut that furnace off, usually takes a couple minutes for that to cycle through before it shuts off. That fan. Come back into our bathroom. A couple important things. When you take a shower, you need to wipe these walls down. Wipe them down when you're done. Don't leave a lot of moisture on them. You do have a hand crank or a hand open vent here. Over here is where you'll turn on your hot water heater. Once you got water in there, set it at your desired temperature. Hand light there. Coming outside here, got another hand open area for air. Charging ports for our bunk area. Charging port there. Storage under there. Under your bench here is going to be your breaker box enthusiast. Handful of 15s, a 30 and a 40. Go through your bag here. Read all the manuals. Make sure you understand everything that's going on with this unit. You can lift this table up off here. There's a metal lip back here. Be careful. So you lift that up. Pull that out. Set it down on these rubber pieces here. Your tabletop. Put your flat cushions on top. Hold another sleeping quarter. And the ceiling here is going to be our smoke alarm. Over here our AC unit. Under your bed is storage. Accessible from outdoors, so make sure you have your outdoor storage door locked. Got a 110 with GFCI reset on that one. Charging port. Prep for TV. When you plug in your cable off your TV antenna, make sure that green light is on. That's your antenna. Your 110 here. And lastly, trying to find your carbon monoxide propane detector. There it is underneath your bed. So that is 12 volt. If you are out dry camping, remember, disconnect your battery if you're going to be gone for the day. Otherwise, this will run your battery down. But there's where your carbon monoxide detector is. Well, it covers everything in here. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I like to shut off my interior lights. Look around, make sure everything's secure for travel. Exit the unit. Put that step up in there. Lock and deadbolt your door. Now if we're out dry camping, we're going to go in the back, bring up those stabilizing jacks, get up underneath here, dump that fresh water. and head on home or to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we will unhook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch, bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be all the way at the rear of the unit on your driver's side of your vehicle. You're going to get up in there and we're going to pull that black handle. When it sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank. Shows empty, come back out here, close that up, and pull your gray tank. That's going to be cleaner water as your sinks and your showers. When that's done, usually while those are draining, we'll go to the other side and dump our low point drains. And then when that gray is done, close that up. That's going to be a cleaner waters. It'll clean your sewage hose out for you a little bit. And then you can take and conveniently and sanitarily store it here in your bumper and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Jayflight for many years to come. Happy camping.